1983 Oldsmobile Cutlass Hurst Olds 15th Anniversary Edition. Actually, technically, a Cutlass Calais. Clean Carfax, no accidents indicated. Actual mile car, 27,583. Numbers matching engine and transmission. You're going to be able to see that stamp on both of those in the still pictures. I'll get to that in just a little bit. So under the hood, 5-liter 307, numbers matching, V8. Transmission 200R4 automatic with overdrive, numbers matching, lightning rod shifters, nicely equipped power steering, power brakes, AC. Let's take a look at this front fascia. Of course, headlights, surrounds, grille, and of course the 15th anniversary badging. Black paint over the gray with the highlighted kind of orangish red pinstriping. Check out the still pictures, uniqueclassiccars.com. If you're seeing this on YouTube, click on the link down below the video in the description. It's going to take you right to our website. And of course, you can call us 507-386-1726. Has been a brake upgrade up front. Willwood brakes, looks like slotted and drilled rotors. The rear brakes does have new shoes and wheel cylinders, brake lines, and master cylinder all replaced, as well as the tranny filter and pan gasket. Some recent service work done to it. Let's take a look down this passenger side, and you can see the paint has a nice shine to it. It's black, it's 40 years old. You may find imperfections here or there. There's a couple I'll kind of point out I did notice, but overall, this car will turn some heads. Fun for your local roll-ins, cruise-ins, local shows, and a nice car to have as far as just collecting if you're into Oldsmobiles or 80s cars. Light sand, cloth interior, bucket seats. There's those lightning rod shifters. A very stock looking interior with the exception of the Kenwood aftermarket stereo. I believe it's Kenwood. CC1 T-top car, W40 on the data tag. So this is a true Hurst Olds anniversary car. Something else I wanted to point out too is you'll notice these little plugs right there. This car has had the spray for the rust inhibitor. May explain why it appears very solid in the lower rockers, nice shape, and again, not a ton of miles on it. Remember, we do consider trades. Financing is available. Of course, we can assist with transportation. And this vehicle may be eligible for an extended service contract. Consult with your sales associate when you call in or email. You can see nice and straight down that passenger side, coming around to the rear. In the still pictures, you're going to be able to see this car with the T-tops in, T-tops out. I have them out for the video. They're leaning up against the wall right over there. A little easier to show you the interior and get an idea of the look of the car. Speaking of which, uniqueclassiccars.com. Check out all those still pictures. You're going to be able to see the pad on the engine stamp as well as that transmission. Be able to see the numbers matching, VIN derivative on there. Underside, you'll be able to look at the pans. If you're into these 80s classic cars, or maybe just Oldsmobiles in general, or Hurst Olds, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You never know what you may see come through here at Unique Classic Cars. Videos are uploaded daily, and when these videos are uploaded, the vehicles in them are available to purchase, whether it be online or right off our showroom floor if you're making to see us in person. And again, you can see that paint has a nice shine to it, reflection in it. There was one little spot. I want to show you a couple I mentioned earlier I was going to show you. Kind of just one little spot up here. Nothing any too major. Again, this car will turn heads and it looks good. And then I noticed there's one back here on the bumper I forgot to point out I wanted to as I walked around. Right here, a little scuff in that lower portion. But again, nothing crazy over the top or too major. Let's go ahead and peek at this interior. Car would have come with two options on interior, light sand and maple. Kind of like the light sand with that gray bottom stripe. Carpeting looks good. And as far as seating surface, not much wear, a little bit in the bolster over here in the piping, but again, kind of reflects that low mile car. And remember, clean Carfax, no accidents indicated, 27,583 odometer shows. Lightning rod shifters, you can see once again. Upholstery in the back really looks good. Top of the dash not cracked, warped, discolored, spired up. to make sure this radio powered up. I didn't play with it earlier. Okay, so first of all, 27,583, you can see that. Gauges all appear to be working. That was a cold start. I wouldn't expect temp gauge to be up. Oil pressure, fuel gauge, voltmeter. Clock is working too. Didn't notice that earlier. Stereo working. Sounds good too. All right. I like the way this car sounds. Nothing crazy over the top. You gotta remember, it wasn't a ton of horsepower in the 80s due to a lot of different reasons, but this car sounds good. All right, let's slip up to the front. I want to show you the engine bay. And remember, as always, we will take this car for a drive, put the camera in it, kind of take you for a virtual ride, if you will. But first, let's check out this engine bay, see how that looks, take a listen and a look. Hood open, there's the underside of the hood, hood liner, give you a peek at that. And engine bay, pretty stock looking engine bay. There is a battery disconnect here for when it's in storage or in between drives. Again, numbers matching engine and trans. The proof is in the still pictures. You'll be able to see the stamps. Again, power steering, power brakes, AC. Appears that it has been converted too from R12 to the 134A. According to those fittings, you can see that new master cylinder I mentioned earlier with some of that brake work that was done. 80s classic, cool car, 1983. Oldsmobile Cutlass Calais, technically Hurst Olds edition, 15th anniversary, real deal. Call us 507-386-1726, uniqueclassiccars.com. Remember, we do consider trades. Financing is available. Of course, we can assist with transportation, and this vehicle may be eligible for an extended service contract. Consult with your sales associate when you call in or email.
Hey, did you know that this car qualifies for an extended warranty? It's just like the one you get at your new car dealership, except it covers your classic car instead. It covers all the major components like engine, transmission, drivetrain, and you can get coverage up to 10 years. Repairs aren't cheap. These extended warranties are a no-brainer. Contact us for a quote on this car today.
Today we're driving a 1983 Hurst Olds, otherwise known as an Oldsmobile Cutlass with Hurst treatment. We've got the lightning rod shifters here. We're just going to use it in automatic mode today. There's a Kenwood stereo in the dash. The AC is blowing cool today, taking the edge off of that summer heat. Tachometer working as it should. Fuel gauge reading 1/4 of a tank. The volts are showing right around 12 on the gauge. And our oil pressure is 50 to 55 psi. Temperature gauge about 180. Speedometer working and tachometer working. That is all looking good. Glass T-tops over my head. You can't have one of these and not have T-tops. It is one of the defining factors of the 80s and this body style car. The look of a cowl induction hood, cloth bucket seats in this car. Our wipers work. Nice handling car. For the 80s, this was one of the lighter feeling cars in my opinion. Changing lanes quickly. Feels just fine. Power brakes, braking nice and smooth, nice and straight. Feels like kind of a tight steering ratio, which is a good thing. A little less effort to turn. Firm shifts on that automatic transmission. This car's ready to get up and go. Really really nice condition. Hurst Olds 15th anniversary. Check out all the pictures and details at uniqueclassiccars.com.